Greetings from Edu Aspirants, our YouTube channel to ACE Academics, competitive exams, entrance exams, as also for enrichment of knowledge. In the series of videos on CBSE Class 12 revision question answers, this is the third video on physical education, in which we have questions for 3 to 5 marks. Question 1. Explain the meaning of community sports programs. Briefly explain any 4 of them. Community sports programs are sports programs which are not related to competitions but are organized for various other objectives such as charity, health awareness, raising funds for noble causes, and the likes. Various community sports programs are: 1. Sports Day. Sports Day is organized by each and every school on a specific day in a year in which children take part in competitive sporting activities, often with the aim of winning prizes. These activities instill various social qualities such as leadership, brotherhood, unity, discipline, and respect in children. 2. Health Run. Health Run is organized by social organizations or sports departments for the purpose of raising funds for charity and standards of health in a particular region or country. There is no competition in it, but registration of participants, date and time are fixed in advance. 3. Run for Fun. This event is organized to spread the message among the masses to exercise on a regular basis and keep their body fit and healthy. It is community organized for raising funds for charity in which people participate to enjoy and not to compete. 4. Run for Unity is to inculcate peace and harmony among the people of different religions. It is a great way of invoking the spirit of unity, togetherness, love, and harmony towards the country and its people. Question 2. Define combination tournament. Draw a fixture of 16 teams using knockout cum league method. Combination tournaments are conducted when the matches are to be played on group basis or zonal basis. In this tournament, the initial rounds are played on a particular basis, knockout or league, and rest of the tournament is placed on another basis, knockout or league. The combinations of tournaments used are knockout cum knockout, league cum league, knockout cum league, league cum knockout. And see in this fixture, using knockout cum league method, number of teams 16, and all teams are divided into 4 groups like this, and group knockout, you get winner from each group, and then intergroup league. So the formula for that is n minus 1 upon 2 is equal to 4 into 3 upon 2. That is for the 16 teams. Fixture of league tournament by staircase method. Winner of each group will participate in the league tournament. AB, AC, AD, BC, BD, CD. So these are the number of matches to be played. Question 3. Write about the deformities of spinal curvature. Spinal curvature deformities are related to the spine. There are 3 types of spinal curvatures. Lordosis, it is the inward curvature of the spine. It is an increased forward curve in the lumbar region. It creates problem in standing and walking. 2. Kyphosis is a postural deformity in which there is an increase of exaggeration of a backward curve or decrease of a forward curve. 3. Scoliosis, postural adaptation of the spine in lateral position is called scoliosis. It means bending, twisting, or rotating. Write a short note on female athletes triad. Female athletes triad is a combination of 3 related conditions: amenorrhea, osteoporosis, and eating disorders. It is observed that females who take part in intense sports activities are at risk of female athlete triad. Osteoporosis is a skeletal disorder characterized by weakening of bones due to reduced bone density, leading to increase in fracture risk. Low estrogen levels and low calcium and vitamin D intake can lead to osteoporosis. Amenorrhea, it is a menstrual disorder in females where girls of 16 years and above either never began menstruating or there is absence of menstrual period for 3 months or more in a woman with a history of normal menstruation. Intensive training, hormonal changes and insufficient intake of calories causes it. 3. Eating disorders. It refers to the habit of overeating or undereating of food by an individual due to mental stress or illness causing disturbances in the regular diet schedule of the individual. There are following types of eating disorders. Anorexia nervosa. It is an eating disorder characterized by self-starvation and excessive weight loss. They consider themselves overweight even though they are underweight and also vomit or use laxatives to reduce weight. And B. Bulimia nervosa. It is an eating disorder characterized by eating a large amount of food in a short period of time, followed by self-induced vomiting or other forms of purging in order not to gain weight. Question 5. Asanas can be used as a preventive measure. Comment. The term asana or asanas means sitting in a particular posture which is comfortable and could be maintained steadily for a long time. Various types of asanas or asanas, which include meditative or relaxing asanas, can be used as preventive measures because they stimulate blood circulation, balance the nervous system, benefit the various systems in our body such as digestive system, nervous system, cardiovascular system, muscles, joints, etc. Asanas also help in relieving stress, treating anxiety and making a person mentally rejuvenated, which ultimately help us in preventing various lifestyle diseases such as diabetes, obesity, etc. Question 6. List the asanas used for preventing asthma and write 2 benefits of each. Asanas used for preventing asthma are Uttan Mandukasana, Vakrasana and Kapal Bhati, or even Anulom Vilom. Benefits of Uttan Mandukasana: prevents and cures asthma and hypertension, helps to cure inflammation of respiratory tract. Benefits of Vakrasana: cures asthma and removes the swelling of the lungs and cures respiratory problems. Benefits of Kapalbhati: opens the chest congestion, improves respiratory function, as also cures cold and cough. Question 7. How are physical activities helpful for children with special needs? Explain strategies to make physical activities accessible for them. There are a number of advantages of physical activities for children with special needs. Some of them are as follows. 1. Physical benefits. When encouraged to participate in a regular fitness routine, many children with special needs show improvement in hand-eye coordination and flexibility, muscle strength, endurance, and even cardiovascular efficiency. 2. Psychological benefits. Physical activity reduces anxiety, stress, and depression and improves self-esteem, social awareness, and self-confidence of children with special needs. 3. Healthy lifestyle. Physical activities are beneficial for CWSN because these activities reduce or decrease the risk of various health complications like high blood pressure, diabetes, and at the same time improve appetite and quality of sleep. There are some more. 4. Increased independence. For a person with a disability, an increase in physical activity can lead to more independence and freedom Increased physical strength and energy that come from regular exercise allows persons with disability to do more daily tasks without assistance. Strategies to make physical activities accessible for children with special needs are also as follows. A specific environment should be provided. The area of physical activities should be limited as movement capabilities of children with special needs are limited. Light and sound are also vital for making good environment for such children. B. A variety of different instructional strategies should be used for performing various types of physical activities. A variety of different instructional strategies such as verbal, visual and peer teaching should be used. Pictorial books are also vital in terms of instructions regarding physical activities. Keep revising, to score centum, you need these revisions. C. Rules should be modified according to the needs of children with disabilities. In the beginning, the rules of the physical activities should be simple, but later on, these. Question 8. Explain the importance of fluid intake during a competition. Importance of fluid intake during a competition is 1. To maintain water balance. 2. Help to transport nutrients throughout the body. Helps to remove waste from the body, maintains blood sugar level and to delay fatigue. Question 9. What is balanced diet? What is the significance of pre and post competition meals for an athlete? Explain. A diet which consists of all the essential food constituents, that is proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins and minerals in correct proportion is called a balanced diet. The primary objectives of a pre-competition meal are to replenish glycogen stores for energy and ensure proper hydration. This helps in controlling hunger, fatigue, weakness and lightheadedness which could otherwise affect sports performance. Additionally, it promotes a comfortable gastrointestinal state which is crucial for facilitating optimal performance during sports activities. The post-competition meal is essential for facilitating the recovery of the body, enabling it to perform optimally during training or playing the following day, while also minimizing the risk of injury. Question 10. What do you know about Harvard step test? Explain its procedure and administration. The Harvard step test is a cardiovascular fitness test. It is also called aerobic fitness test. It was developed by Brauha and others in 1943. It is used to measure the cardiovascular fitness or aerobic fitness by checking the recovery rate. Procedure 1. The athlete stands in front of the bench or box 20 inches high for men and 16 inches high for women. 2. On the command go, the athlete steps up and down on the bench or box at a rate of 30 steps per minute, that is 1 second each up and down, for 5 minutes, that is 150 steps. 3. Stopwatch is also started simultaneously at the start of the stepping. 4. The athlete sits down immediately after completion of the test, that is after 5 minutes. 5. The total number of heartbeats are counted between 1 and 1.5 minutes, 2 and 2.5 minutes, and 3 and 3.5 minutes after completion of the last step. Calculation of the score. The athlete's fitness index score, you must remember this, is calculated with the help of the following formula. Fitness index score long term is equal to 100 into test duration in seconds divided by twice sum of heartbeats in recovery periods. Question 11. Explain any 4 types of fractures. 4 types of fractures are as follows. 1. Impacted fracture. It occurs when the broken ends of the bones are jammed together by the force of the injury. 2. Oblique fracture. It occurs when the bone is broken diagonally to the axis of the bone. 3. Transverse fracture, it occurs when there is a straight break right across a bone. And 4. Comminuted fracture, it occurs when a bone is broken, splintered or crushed into number of pieces. Remember them. Question 12. Describe residual volume and stroke volume. Residual volume is the volume of air that remains in the lungs after forceful expiration. This air helps to keep the lungs partially inflated and prevents the alveoli from collapsing. Stroke volume is the volume of blood pumped out of the left ventricle of the heart during each systolic cardiac contraction. It is typically measured in milliliters per beat and averages 60 to 100 milliliters in a healthy adult at rest. 13. Explain any 3 joint injuries. The 3 joint injuries are as follows. Dislocation of jaw. It occurs when the chin strikes any other object forcefully. It may also occur if the mouth is opened excessively. 2. Dislocation of shoulder joint. It may occur due to sudden jerk or fall on a hard surface. The end of humerus comes out of the shoulder socket. 3. Dislocation of hip joint. By putting maximum strength spontaneously may cause dislocation of hip joint. The end of femur gets displaced from the socket. Question 14. When wrestlers fall on the mat, why do they spread their arms, knees and legs? Justify your answer. Wrestlers spread their arms, knees and legs when falling to lower their center of gravity and widen their base of support. This distributes their weight over a larger area, improving stability and reducing the force of impact. It also makes it harder for opponents to move them, enhancing defensive control during a match. 15. What do you understand by projectile trajectory? Explain the factors affecting projectile trajectory in sports. The path followed by a projectile is known as a trajectory. Factors affecting projectile trajectory are 1. Gravity, which is the force exerted by the earth on any object towards the center of the body and is directly proportional to the mass of the body. 2. Speed of release, which refers to how fast the object is released, thrown or hit. Generally, the greater the release rate, the greater the distance gained. 3. Projection angle refers to the pitch at which the object is thrown or hit into the air. In sporting situations, the angle of release varies according to the activity. 4. Height of release refers to how high above the ground an object is released. For a given speed and projection angle, the greater the height of release, the greater is the distance gained. 16. What is meant by motivation? Explain the different techniques of motivation to achieve high goals in sports. Motivation is an internal force that initiates and maintains goal-directed behavior. Techniques of motivation for higher achievement in sports are goal setting. It is one of the most important techniques of motivation. Sportspersons should be encouraged to set a few ambitious but realistic goals according to their capabilities and capacities. 2. Cash prize, certificates, trophies are rewards in the form of cash prizes, certificates or trophies which generate interest and enthusiasm among sportspersons and proves to be a good source of motivation. Every government offers rewards to sportspersons who win laurels for their countries. 17. How can we enhance the sports performance with the help of self-talk and self-esteem? Explain. Self-talk enhances the sports performance in the following ways. 1. It is effective in stimulating thoughts and feelings that lead to the belief that an athlete is competent and able to perform tasks efficiently and effectively. 2. It is effective in helping an athlete to continue to work hard in order to achieve a worthwhile goal. 3. It can boost confidence, reduce anxiety, and promote a positive mindset, which leads to improved mood and performance. Self-esteem enhances the sports performance in the following ways. 1. High self-esteem helps athletes manage and reduce negative thoughts that can hinder performance. 2. It boosts self-confidence and enables athletes to take on challenges and push their limits, ultimately improving their performance. 3. It helps athletes regulate their emotions and manage anxiety. 18. What is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation? Explain in detail goal setting and reinforcement as techniques of motivation. Difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation is as follows. 1. Intrinsic motivation. It is internal. It depends upon emotional needs, biological need, personal needs, and social needs. Extrinsic motivation, it is external, it depends upon rewards, prizes, and social recognition. 18. Continued. Goal setting, if you do not set goals, you cannot achieve apex position in your life. So, the sports person should be encouraged to set few ambitions, but they should be achievable long-term goals. They should set goals according to their capabilities and capacities to keep them on track with their long-term goals as well as short-term goals. They should be monitored on a regular basis. Reinforcement as a technique of motivation, focus on internal feeling of an individual when he takes some actions. The reinforcement can be positive as well as negative. Positive reinforcement refers to a positive response to the positive behaviors of an individual, like reward. Negative reinforcement refers to rewarding an employee by removing negative consequences. Both the positive and negative reinforcements can be used for increasing desirable behavior. 19. What are the personality traits according to the Big Five theory? This theory describes the underlying traits that make up an individual's overall personality. The distinct factors of personality are: 1. Openness, which is the trait featuring characteristics such as imagination and insight. B. People who are high in this trait tend to be more adventurous and creative. 2. Conscientiousness. Standard features of this dimension include high levels of thoughtfulness and goal-directed behaviors. Highly conscientious people tend to be reliable and pursue their goals with determination. 3. Extraversion. This is characterized by sociability, talkativeness, and assertiveness. People who are high in this trait are friendly and tend to gain energy in social situations. 4. Agreeableness. This personality dimension includes attributes such as trust, kindness, affection, etc. People who are high in agreeableness tend to be more cooperative. People who are low in this trait tend to be selfish, rude, and manipulative. 5. Neuroticism. This trait is characterized by jealousy, moodiness, and emotional stability. People who are high in this trait experience mood swings, anxiety, sadness, and worry. Question 20. Explain any two endurance determining factors. The two factors which determine the endurance of our body are as follows. One, aerobic capacity. The ability of an organism to maintain adequate supply of oxygen to the working muscles for energy liberation is important for endurance performance. It depends on oxygen intake, oxygen uptake, oxygen transport, and energy reserves. 2. Lactic acid tolerance. The ability to tolerate higher concentration of lactic acid is a significant factor in determining aerobic capacity. As tolerance capacity increases, performance also improves. 21. Explain isokinetic exercise with suitable example. Isokinetic exercise is a method introduced by J. Perrine in 1968 and involves a particular type of muscle contraction called isokinetic contraction, generally used in sporting events like rowing and swimming. These exercises are performed on specially designed instruments. In isokinetic contraction, the muscles apply maximal force throughout the range of motion around the joint. The use of isokinetic contraction is minimal. Hence, the contribution of isokinetic contraction in developing strength is yet to be scientifically proved. Examples of isokinetic exercise are treadmill, butterfly stroke in swimming, etc. Question 22. What is fartlek training? Write in brief. Fartlek training methods were developed by Gösta Homer in 1930s for improving endurance. Fartlek, a Swedish term which means speed play, is a combination of continuous and interval training. Its running involves periods of fast running intermixed with periods of slow running. Unlike traditional interval training that involves a specific time or measured segments, fartlek is more unstructured. This type of training stresses on both the aerobic and anaerobic systems. For example, 1. Jogging or easy running for 5 to 10 minutes. 2. Hard speed for 1.5 to 2.5 kilometers. 3. Rapid walking for 5 minutes. 4. Easy running interspersed with sprints of about 50 to 60 meters. 5. Full speed uphill for 175 to 200 meters. 6. Fast pace for 1 minute. And 7. The above mentioned routine is repeated until the total time prescribed on the training schedule has elapsed. 23. Define flexibility. Explain the methods to improve a gymnast's flexibility. Flexibility is the ability to execute a movement with greater amplitude or range. It is also known as the range of motion around a joint. Methods to develop flexibility for a gymnast are: 1. Static stretching. This method involves gradually easing into stretch position and holding the position for 15 to 30 seconds. 2. Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation technique. This method involves the use of muscle contraction before the stretch in an attempt to achieve maximum muscle relaxation. Question 24. What is circuit training? Draw a diagram of circuit training with 12 stations and explain its importance in sports. Circuit training is a training method to improve mobility, strength, and stamina. It comprises of 6 to 10 strength exercises in which each exercise is performed for a specified number of repetitions or for a set time before moving on to the next exercise. The importance of circuit training is: 1. It can be performed indoors or outdoors. 2. A wide range of exercises to select from that maintains the athlete's enthusiasm. 3. The coach can easily supervise the training. And 4. It is an ideal balance between strength and conditioning, thus helpful in injury prevention. A typical circuit training diagram of 12 stations is given for your understanding. You can start with The first station, rope skipping, planks, weight squats, crunches, jumping jacks, dumbbell press, running on the spot, agility ladder, side bending, on the spot jumping, medicine ball throw, and leg press. And you can do as many repetitions as suggested by the coach. Best of luck for your exams. Subscribe, like, share, and do press the bell icons for updates. Keep sharing with your friends from other schools appearing in the physical education exam.